Welcome to episode 266 of the Bear Trap on the Boomer Bust channel, a Bears podcast by a Bears fan. I'm your host, Terry, and today we are going to be looking at the third down plays of the Chicago Bears offense versus the Saints in week 8. So I think this will be more of a highlight, I guess, on Matt Nagy. I'm going to look at it in terms of the players and whatnot. I'm going to break it down like usual. But I think, obviously, I highlight the run game, which is usually Montgomery. I do Foles' plays. I do some stuff for the defense. But I thought it'd be nice, a nice way to look at this lens. Like, obviously, if you are a coach and you have access to all the film and access, you can break things down a lot of different ways. There's a lot of different things that people like to look at. There's certain stats they like to look at. There's certain situations they like to look at. One of the obvious ones is the money down, third down. So as I've been saying, since Nagy took over and I started this thing, third down execution is a big part for us because every first down we get on third down allows us to extend that drive, which gives the defense more rest, yes, but that's not a huge thing, as some people try to complain that they're so tired, even though they get drove on in the first drive of the game. But the rest does help a little bit, but also it just gives the offense more rhythm and more scoring opportunities and controls the ball more, which is what we like. Because if the defense can bend but don't break, and then we can control the time of possession pretty well, we just limit the scoring opportunities of the other team. So it's almost like somehow our offense is playing defense as well. But anyway, so we're going to look at third down. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get this started. 15 plays, I believe. So we're going to pay attention to the situation a little more. So we got 3rd and 5. First quarter, we are down by 3 points. And we are just a little bit over midfield. So 3rd and medium, this is where you want the ball at. You're only down by 3. It's early in the game. So we got bunch trips to the right. Now, you basically have an illegal play right here because they do an illegal rub to go to Montgomery on the backside. And I say illegal because I can't tell if that's Allen Robinson. I think it is. This was not even trying to act like you're catching the ball. Like, that's illegal as hell. So they try to do that. Everywhere else, they run the curl, and then the out route. And then just over the middle, it opened up for Anthony Miller. Good pass for him to pick that up. So we will look at the pass rush and see how that works. So we got double A gap mug here. And the thing with this that I'll tell you for our defense, any defense, when you double A gap like this and you're actually playing coverage, the instinct is not to drop back into the middle of the field. The instinct is to get out here so that you're not missing any curls or if it's a slant, you're getting right in the path. And so I would teach a linebacker the same way for the most part, is that if we're in this double A gap, we want to make sure that we get out on an angle rather than straight back. And I'm guessing that's what happened if you don't blitz. All right, so anyway, we got this kind of a bunch trips here, a little funky formation. And so as you see, they get out on these angles. They want to reroute the slants. Now they're in the curl, but Gardner just falls down. That's a good start and stop by Anthony Miller. Trips a little bit. Definitely could have got more, but picks up the first. All right, 3rd and 7, first quarter. Let me go back. All right, 3rd and 7, first quarter. Still down by 3. I was looking for the yardage. Looks like we're on our 32. So 3rd and 7. And then we run the ball. Now we end up picking this up. And this is where we can talk about situational play calling. So it's 3rd and 7. We already know how our offensive line is. We already got a backup in. and we know how the Saints defense is. So we choose to run the inside zone. We'll look at the actual blocking and everything, but just the decision here. This is where I think a lot of people talk about Matt Nagy's play calling. And I've said this before. Play calling is not just, oh, you ran this many times, you passed this many times. Play calling is not just what you call in this situation. Play calling is not just, oh, are you giving Trubisky the plays that he likes to run? Play calling is all those things. And so there's a lot of aspects to it. So that's why I push back when people talk about Nagy's play calling, because it's a very simplistic way to talk about it. Now, when we're talking about situational, and given all the factors you have, I mean, even the box, we got 5 in the box, which for the most part tells you, okay, we can run 5 in the box, 2 safeties back. But then you got to look, you got a close formation. You got people right on the perimeter. So you really can't do anything on the perimeter. And you got 7 yards to go. If it was 2 yards, it'd be different. But you got 7 yards to go. So is this a good play call? No, not a good play selection to run an inside zone. It's nothing different. Well, I would say it was more of a zone read. But you got Nick Foles. Nobody is going to believe Nick Foles is running that ball. And this is such a bad angle. I wish it was the other way so we can see. But Montgomery makes this play, and I talked about that during my recap. Like, that's all blown up. And it's hard to see here to really tell you what's going on. But that's blown up, and it's a good cutback, a broken tackle, and a good run by Montgomery to get that first down. That took a lot of effort to do that, and that's one. Not to say that any play would be perfect for here, but you don't want to run this. So we zone, and they loop over. And actually, you probably had an opening there. But anyway, trying to catch them off guard, but that's just not our strength. All right, so going to the next play. It's 3rd and 20. First quarter, 3rd and 20. We're on the 33. So we're backed up just a little bit, but it's a long way to go. Now, obviously, you're still down by 3. You're still in this game. You're within a field goal range, so it's not like you have to score. That's a long way to go. So you could try to pick up just a chunky yardage to set up the field goal, or you could take a shot. So we got the out here. I'm not even sure what this route combination was. Mooney runs the out. We got like a little bunch strips here again. So Mooney's going to run the out. Jimmy's going to run a seam. Looks like Miller's running a divider as well. And then the dig backside. So you got options there. We go with the out, pick up some yards, like I said, making that field goal a little bit easier. Obviously, by the time you throw it, Jimmy hasn't released yet, so he would have still had a man on him. I think for a quick pass, that's a good pass because it wasn't too many options there. Now we'll look at the pass rush and see how much time, because I think it was sped up a little bit. All right, so ball snaps. They rush 4. Leno loses his man. I don't know they started to loop, but Coward does not pick him up. And so you get not quick pressure, but a little quicker than you want. So these two are going to loop again. He dives inside, goes out. Coward doesn't see him. And so Foles has to make that throw with pressure in his face. But that sets you up where you can go for a field goal. So we're up 10-3. It's 3rd and 14. Second quarter, 6 minutes, 21 seconds left. So we're up third and long again. So he motioned to an empty. They got a lot of people up on the line. They bring a blitz. So you should have man coverage. Let's see. We got a corner route. We got a little flat route. Somebody fell over there. Let's go back and look at that combination real quick. So Robinson runs a corner. Check release by Montgomery out to the flat. These two back here getting jammed. Komet does a flat. One falls. One breaks inside on a dig. I don't know if that was supposed to be a vertical. But obviously, man coverage, very tight. Not a lot of options to go to be honest, especially with one person falling. And then Montgomery drops the pass. So let's look at this. So again, when you're up by 7, you're towards midfield, but not quite there. Third and long. Want to pick up some yards, make this an easier punt. And the pocket's decent. Spriggs loses his man at the end. But pass a little far, but Montgomery not able to come up with that. But overall, the man coverage just doing a really good job. Komet doing a good job. And that was a switch. Spriggs just didn't pick that up. So then you incomplete, make the punt a little longer. All right, so we got 3rd and 1, second quarter. Again, 10-3 towards the 2-minute warning. So 3rd and short. You're up by 7. You definitely want to convert this. You want to take the rest of the time out of the quarter so you could either get a score and go to the half or just not allow them to score. And so this was a big gainer where you had Montgomery busted up the middle, up the gut. So we'll look at this. Oh, I didn't. Well, okay, they motioned him back. I was like, I thought he was in fullback. Yeah, so they motioned him back. So a lot of smoke and mirrors, or they motioned him back on the end around. All right, so let's look at what we got here. It's basically an inside zone. They motion. You see that motion does get people looking out to the outside to Cordero Patterson. And that really gives them that half a step off that gets them out of position. So 3rd and 1. So we block that down. Spriggs does a nice job. Everybody does a nice job there. I mean, that was a heck of a design play. That was a good creative play. That's a weapon that a lot of people are looking at. I mean, let me back this up even further. So you're looking at how they start out. Again, they want to spread. They want to spread this out. We're more or less in a base front. We got 3 down and we got the 2 edges. And the edge is so occupied. Everybody's so occupied with the edge, they just get out of the way. And a good run by Montgomery. All right, second quarter, 3rd and 7, minute 47 to go. So now at this point, you're okay with getting a field goal, but you want to at least take a shot. Because where you are, you're basically in the white zone. You want to take a shot at this end zone. Even if you don't make it, maybe get a penalty. If not, you take the field goal. You're still up, but you want to at least try. All right, so shotgun snap. We got a hitch. We got an out route. And I don't know what that was. He got tangled up. All right, so we see the pressure, barely able to get the ball out. But as you can see on the routes, not a whole lot of options there. You run a hitch with Allen Robinson, a hitch there. I mean, a lot of times it's going to be tight man coverage, man two in the red zone. So you want to at least do something that's a matchup. Looking here, there's nobody really covering Jimmy. So you want to be able to play with that matchup, or nobody's covering him off the line. So you want to be able to see what you can do with that. I mean, he runs an out route, assuming trying to rebound, out position that guy. But everything else, there's no real options there. And so it's incomplete, and then they have to go for the field goal. So let's see. See the Saints rush 4. We got Bars in, Coward in. They switch again. Pocket's decent. Just a real bad throw. I mean, he's double clutched it. Obviously wanted to throw it right away, but then didn't like the angle, so he double clutched it and then threw it, and the accuracy was just off. But good position by Lattimore on the outside. Not a whole lot there. Honestly, this is one where I would say I didn't like the play design because I just don't know who this was going to. If you go even, I won't go back to the wide angle, but you got a hitch here. This is shorter than the sticks. You got a hitch on the outside. That's shorter than the sticks. Anthony Miller, I don't know if he's coming through the middle or breaking out, but he ends up falling. You got an out route here, and they're in good leverage. I think that's a good pass play. And then I guess this is supposed to be an angle route. But if you're going to run an angle, then don't have a hitch here because that's just bringing people to the middle of the field. If you're running an angle route, then have honestly what I would have done, and not to play revisionist, but if you're running an angle route, then do a reverse China. Have Robinson running out from the slot or from the inside. Have Anthony Miller running out from the slot. That's 2 levels. Have Mooney faded out. So now we got a lot of motion going this way, and that opens up the middle of the field. Not to say that the middle field's not open here, but that's just me. I just don't know why he did that. But anyway, mostly it was good coverage. Anzalone was in position, and then the pass was bad. All right, 3rd and 9. Only up 3, 12 minutes left in the third quarter. So we got a tight game. We got a battle. We're back in our own field position. We want to convert this. This is a big conversion for us. So we got Komet, we got Montgomery in protecting. So it's a 3-person route. They break out from a bunch of out and 2 curls. And it ends up being a sack. So even though we max protect, go 3-man route, we have man coverage that's pretty tight. Pretty physical off the line. Not a lot of options there. So we got one side of the field. They're all blocking. We got one side of the field we're looking at. And they do send people. And Spriggs gets out late. I really wish this camera was on the other side. It's a lot easier to show you what's happening, but we'll look at it. So they slant over, and that's really the problem. We got 3-on-2 here. Really, the problem's not Spriggs. The problem is Affetti. Because at that point, it shouldn't be 3-on-2. Like, once they slant, we need to start talking about what we want to do. So if I'm here, then Coward, you got to be looking to help block, but we got to talk there. But it was good man coverage blitz by the Saints. And they use a lot of movement, a ton of movement. And one thing for even good O-lines that gives people trouble is movement. But against an O-line with injuries and not a lot of talent, that's definitely tough. All right, so 3rd and 18, 4 minutes in the third quarter. A lot of time has passed. And let me go back. So we're down 3. I mean, at this point, you want to make the punt a little better. You could take a shot. You want to make the punt a little better, take a shot, and that's really it. And so they go with the handoff just to get some yards to make the punt a little better. Not much you can do here. I mean, you could, obviously, like I said, take a shot. And that's just depending on how aggressive you are. And some people want us to be more aggressive. All right, so just an inside, really an outside zone. And yeah, Montgomery again. I just, I don't understand. Like, does he not know what the zone is? This is an outside zone, and he's running like here. Outside. If it's not there, then you cut back. He's trying to cut back. There's nobody blocking backside. And so you just, not to say that you would have got the first down, but if you're a little more patient and you ride the blocks better, you would have got more yards. And maybe you would bust it, but just, I don't know. I don't know where he goes sometimes. So 3rd and 11 at the top of the 4th quarter. We're down 3. So now you pass midfield. You're already going to have a good punt, so you definitely want to take a shot here. This is where you want to get something vertical. All right, so we got a 4-man route. We got the drag coming across, the hitches, and then the post. And just, I mean, that's not really going to get it unless it's zone coverage. So you notice his man. Once you notice his man, I mean, my pick is probably Robinson on that one-on-one matchup. But I understand people, again, with the shallow cross, the drag, whatever, they hope to get that person shrieking, but it was good coverage. It was really good coverage. So, yeah, Montgomery stays in. They send 4. 93 just splits this double team and gets pressure in the face. But, I mean, it doesn't really speed anything up. The post wasn't going to be there. Most of that stuff wasn't going to be there. And so this is where you talk a little bit about the play design, but also the execution too. Well, it wasn't really a double team. It was just 2 people being late on the block. I mean, again, and really, like I said, Spriggs one-on-one was pretty good. Leno even wasn't horrible. But this interior with Mustapha now, just bad communication. Not that they were bad communication. That's just, I mean, they slanted over, and we did not do a good job picking it up. All right, 3rd and 3, 4th quarter. Towards the end, we're down by 10. And this is kind of where it's bend and break. So, yeah, we're right at the red zone as well. Bunch trips. ISO on Jimmy. Jimmy's double teamed. Said, hey, we're not going to let you go to Jimmy. And then just a rub route for a nice touchdown. So we'll go back again. That goes to Mooney. They get over late as well with the man coverage. Looks like a miscommunication. People not knowing who had who. And actually, I wouldn't even say there's a rub route. That was just bad on the defense. Lattimore comes over late. And this is where you had a miscommunication about who has who. 22 looks like he thinks Lattimore has him. But Lattimore takes the inside route. And then the safety's late. Is that Gardner Johnson? Yeah, he's late. And then that's open. And that's what you hope for in the red zone. So we score there. All right, so 3rd and 8, 4th quarter. Less than 2 minutes left. Big 3rd down conversion, basically the game. Trips right. And third and 8. So we release out of the backfield, kind of that rub route again. And I don't even know what everybody's doing. Everybody is short of the sticks. This is where, and not that I defend Nagy at all, but this is where the people who are upset really have a case. It is 3rd and 8, less than 2 minutes left. This is for the game. What are we running? The first down marker's here. I don't care if this is supposed to be interference for Montgomery to come out. Why? And then everything they run is short. And then we try to slant Jimmy across the middle. He's not a yak runner. That's just absolutely poor. Look at their middle safety. Look at it. I mean, he's going to cheat up. Their middle safety, where's the ball? Their middle safety is almost 20 yards back. Like, you just gotta... you gotta attack the middle of this field. You gotta bring Robinson on a over route out of the slot, maybe. Or even if you want to attack the perimeter one-on-one, then bring Montgomery up through the seam. Push this person vertical so the safety has something to look at and have somebody come across the middle. Like, what is this basketball? Like, this ain't the red zone. Everybody's posting up. First of all, Robinson and Jimmy the only one that should be posting somebody up. But this ain't basketball. And that's the type of stuff that really drives people crazy. It's 4th and 8. Or third and 8. Let's see, they send 4. We pick it up. I mean, you were fine. That's a bad play call. All right, 3rd and 4, 57 seconds left, down by 3. So another chance again. Obviously, it's 4 down territory, but you still want to convert this. So, I don't know. A lot of they were physical because we were just falling on routes. So, we got trips to the right. Allen Robinson's one-on-one. He breaks to the outside. We got 2 curls directly in the same vicinity and then a post. I just don't get that. Barely gets any yards. I hate that. I hate that because Jimmy is more like spotting up where he's still moving towards the sideline, which is taking you right into the other defender and the other receiver. And then Allen has a double move on the outside, but they cover it. I don't like that. All right, they send 5. They switch. Fetty picks it up. Pocket's pretty good. But really, the routes weren't going nowhere. They really were not going anywhere. All right, 3rd and 19, 23. I thought this was over. 3rd and 19. I mean, obviously, you just got to take a shot. Now, you could work to the outside and try to get the clock to stop as well, which is what they do. And in man coverage, that's a good call. That's a good route. You want to get somebody vertical, clear it out so you can do the out. It's exactly what they do. Good timing, good throw. That one you feel good about. And that sets you up for a manageable 4th down. All right, so overtime, 3rd and 15. Tied up, 5 minutes left. Backed up in your own position. You want to get some yards to make this a good punt. And they call a flag on that. I think Robinson caught that, though. And that's definitely taking a chance because you want to get some yards so you do have a better punt, but going towards the sticks and attacking that's a tough throw. But one that they was able to make. Allen Robinson with a heck of a catch and a good route that he ran as well. So we'll look at the pass pro. They sent 5. Much better job picking up everybody there. Leno is still in the quarterback's lap, but pocket's good enough. And a good throw. All right, 3rd and 10. This is way more than I thought. Trips to the right, motion to a bunch. See, we got that drag. I have a curl. I have a vert on the outside. This is really like a mesh spot. And you wanted to get that to Allen Robinson a lot quicker than you did. But there's a lot of pressure. So let's see. Because I think he still could have got this to Robinson. But I don't know. Let's see. So they sent 4. Massey is getting pushed. I mean, not Massey. Leno's getting pushed. So he has to step up. But you would think he saw that. But I guess his eyes were over there. I mean, Allen was open. I don't know why he didn't throw it to Allen, to be 100% honest with you. Not sure what he did there. You just took yourself out of range. All right. So that's it. All right. So that was a lot. To think about all that, I mean, what we just saw. Again, I've said this since last season, and this just makes me continue to agree that there is enough blame to go around to everybody. Offensive line wasn't exactly horrible. I think they were okay. But I think some of these play designs, they're just never going to get first downs. And so it just doesn't make sense to me why we're running those. As far as the situational play calling, you had the run play earlier that was really off. But for the most part, I can't be really mad at Nagy. I mean, again, I told you what I think at the beginning of each play, whether you need to be aggressive to get that first down, whether you just need to pick up some yards to play field position, whatever it is. And I think for the most part, Nagy was good with that. Obviously, despite a few, really just one time with the run that I could think of that it was just like, what are you doing? But other than that, I think the decision of how to go after it was fine. I just think the plays that were called, there were definitely times where it didn't make sense, but then the execution of the players, like the last play with Foles and some other things, I think that was the problem. They had a better physical matchup. They really disrupted our routes. They really got good movement on the pass rush with all their movement and stunts and games. And we just weren't the better talented team in a lot of those instances, even though I still think we could have made some plays. You know, it's just a combination of things, and that's how football goes. Each play is different, but it's a combination of things. So, anyway, go to the comment section. Let me know what you think. Share it around. Get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, stay up and bear down.